Mən birini açdım, Vüsalə müəllimə. Siz yəqin ki, şeylə qoşulubsuz. Birində səsi geri tam alasınız ki, exo verməsin. O birisini işlədin. İndi hansını özünüz seçin.
Am I coming through well?
Usala, are you going to say something or shall I start?
Okay, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. I just want to start and then I will give the floor to you because I want to introduce you first.
Okay.
On behalf of STEP Azerbaijan, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And it's wonderful to see so many passionate educators joining us today for another inspiring webinar organized by STEP Azerbaijan. And as you know, your continuous participation and enthusiasm for professional development are what make our community stronger. Before we begin, I would love to know where you're joining us from today. And please take a moment and write your city or country in the chat box. And it will be exciting to see educators connecting from different regions and countries. And as we move through today's session, we encourage you to be active participants. And if you have any questions or reflections during the participation, please feel free to write them in the chat box, and we will be collecting your questions and throughout the sessions, and we'll address as many as possible during the Q&A session at the end. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce today's distinguished guest speaker, and our webinar From Textbooks to Chatbots, the New Era of ELT, and explores how emerging technologies are reshaping language education while helping us remain focused on meaningful learning. And today, we are honored to welcome Ms. Gülbin Özdemir, an exceptional educator from Turkey with over a decade of experience in English language teaching. And she specializes in the education of gifted and talented learners, and is passionate about creating learning environment where communication, innovation, and student growth come together. Gülbin is a certified TESOL Advanced practitioner and serves as an ambassador for several international respected organizations, and including the International English Teachers Association, 100, and the Global School Alliance. She is also pursuing her master's degree in ELT and demonstrating her ongoing commitment to professional learning and educational innovation. Her dedication to teaching has been recognized internationally through numerous prestigious awards and nominations, and she was nominated for the Cambridge University Press Dedicated Teacher Awards in both 2022 and 2023, as well as the Pearson English Language Teaching Awards. In 2024, she received the Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award from 21st DigiSkills Academy, Nigeria. And in 2025, she was honored as Educator of the Year by Namaste Indian International. And she has also been recognized as the most inspiring teacher of 2022 in Turkey by INGED, named Best Global Educator by the International Internship University, and selected as Teacher of the Week by the Teach 2030 platform supported by the Commonwealth Education Trust, and choosing as Teacher of the Month in the Transatlantic Educators Program at the University of Illinois and Urbana-Champaign. And beyond these remarkable achievements, Gülbin continues to inspire educators worldwide by combining global perspective, innovative methodologies, and a genuine passion for teaching. And we are truly delighted that she has accepted our invitation to be with us today. And we are looking forward to learning from her expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Ms. Gülbin Özdemir. And Gülbin, thank you very much for joining us today. And the virtual floor is yours, and we look forward to your presentation.
So thank you so much, Usala. Now I feel really humbled and Honored, actually. So I'd like to thank you all for being here. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all today, this evening. So I'd like to express, before we start, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our host and the organizing team for the invitation, and also my dearest colleague, Shalala Mamadli, for the invitation, and for always like bringing us together in such inspiring webinars. And even though we're on digital platforms, even though it's virtual, so it brings us together, and I find this so precious and so good to be here right now. So thank you for the great introduction, by the way. While you were reading, I was feeling like, okay, is this me? Is she talking about me? So sometimes it's a great opportunity to hear those kind of things. Like it's like a mirror, it's like a reflection, and it makes you feel really powerful. Okay, so let me start. As you can see from my screen, my presentation will be about AI today. So the title, as you can see, is from textbooks to chatbots, but we're not moving deeply into chatbots because I would like to introduce you some free of charge AI tools as well. So the title is The New Era of ELT. So we would like to talk about bridging traditional teaching with innovative technologies for better learning. It's always like this, right? AI is not the boss yet, hopefully. Okay, let's move on. So as usual, I normally plan my webinars and my presentations like this. I've got the menu for you. This is the main menu. And then we're gonna have the appetizers at the end for your questions and concerns or comments. Anything you want, okay? Just share. So first of all, self-intro, you made it, but I'm just gonna add some things maybe. And then for the second second half, we're gonna be diving into current educational landscape, and then chatbots and beneficial AI tools will be the next one. And then we're gonna end the webinar with your questions, your comments, your experiences, and anything you would like to share, because I'm open to your I don't know, experiences. You're all teachers or teacher candidates, so it doesn't really matter. So I really would like to know and hear about your experiences with AI as well. Okay. So I'm gonna move it quick. So I'm an EFL teacher and I'm working with gifted and talented students right now. We've got centers for gifted and talented students. I'm a public um, servant, as we say in English. So I work for the government. It's not private, but we have those kind of centers. These are not private. These are supported and regulated by the Ministry of Education in Turkey. And so I've been working more than 10 years, but it's just 2 years more because it's my 12th year. So of course, I serve as the country ambassadors for many organizations, but these are the two important ones: International English Language Teaching Association, Teachers Association, and also Global School Alliance. And I'm here to talk about AI because I am now certified AI trainer. But this is tricky. I find it really tricky because being certified for AI is not something that like you have your expertise in AI and you can do whatever you want. AI is like in itself, AI is like magic, and we all know it's magic. So we generate, I don't use that word create because I don't find it like proper actually create, but generate is something that I find really suitable and appropriate. So it's not like when you have the certification you have the power and you have everything. So it's not like that, but being certified AI trainer means I now know the ways how to convey the prompts and how to start prompts and how to be a prompt engineer and how to handle all of the process, like in terms of ethical ways, in terms of like teaching ways. So what I am trying to do is now to provide the support to all the teachers and teacher candidates, like about how we can use first free of charge because we know about our salaries, right? We don't earn too much, so I'm sorry for that. But this is the first step. And the second step is it's really important to know which AI tool suits best with your goal, okay? Because you have teaching context, you have teaching, I don't know, centers, buildings. I don't know about your physical, how to say, facilities as schools and as classrooms. But like if you can use and if you prefer to use AI appropriately, you will see that the physical conditions mean nothing from now on, okay? If you're an English teacher as well, and if you're IT teacher, if your branch is something totally different, it doesn't really matter. With AI, you can not like delete, erase all the obstacles, of course, but this is really important to keep in mind that you can minimize the obstacles and minimize the handicaps that you're having with your physical conditions, okay? If you're having technology and internet access, AI is always with you, right? Okay. So this is what we have for the second of current educational landscape. Sorry, it's because of the sunset. I'm sorry. So the changing educational landscape, we all are, I think, familiar with this right now because education is evolving and we do know that. I don't know about your teaching context, but I am really curious if you're working at public schools, if you're working at private schools or centers, if you're working at higher education. I don't really know, but I am curious. So maybe you can jot down where you're just teaching on the chat box. So like it doesn't really matter and it doesn't depend on what level you're teaching, but education is just evolving because now your learners expect more personalized and interactive and technology enhanced experiences, and it's inevitable. I'm sorry, you can't escape from this, right? So like even the 7-year-olds now have those kind of access to their parents' smartphones, they have tablets, and they are exposed to like many of the things, not only TVs, right? In the past, we could say that, okay, we don't have that technology, we don't have smart boards, we don't have anything at our schools. I mean, we work in rural like areas, so only teachers working at urban areas can reach those kind of things. But even so, they have those kind of facilities at home, right? All parents have smartphones. I'm sorry, but they have. Like, so that's just because we are having this fact on mind and in hand. So I don't find it like very, how to say, I don't find it really this to be biased, or I don't know how to say it in English, but I can say this scientifically and also on daily basis. So this is really important that we are expected right now to integrate digital tools first to develop critical thinking, to develop creativity, and to develop collaboration and also communication skills. I'm talking about it because we are English teachers, right? Because we are English language teachers and we are teaching English as a foreign language. So that means that you need to have many other opportunities for your students, especially free of charge opportunities for your students to practice the language. It's not like, for example, in the past we had the textbooks, we still have, and I find it crucial to have textbooks, but like beyond the classroom, if you want to deal with your challenges, if you want to deal with the obstacles that your students have, you need to integrate. I'm sorry, you can't escape through, can't run away from this. You need to integrate digital skills and digital tools into your own teaching strategies and styles, okay? So if we can talk about chatbots and their rise, so as you can see, chatbots, if you don't know, I'm not really sure if you are having difficulty in understanding what chatbot is, because we all know what chatbot means, right? But still, I need to define as I don't find this so necessary, but I need to, again, to talk about this as definition. So chatbots are AI-driven conversational systems designed to interact with your students through natural language, providing information, guidance, and feedback in human-like manner. Okay, so chatbots are really important in terms of this, because when you don't have anybody, I mean, not in the classroom, for example, at home, in your district, or in your village, you don't have anyone to practice the language. Even if we are talking about yourself, like, okay, you are, maybe you've been to abroad, maybe you have the practice to speak the language with your friends. You have a network in Azerbaijan. I don't know, but sometimes we just see that, for example, in Türkiye, we just find this obstacle really important, because the situation is getting really crucial. For example, if you are working at a village, so you don't have anyone around you to speak the language, because you don't have foreign network or foreign friends or colleagues or whatever that is. So chatbots here show themselves and they say, okay, I'm here, send your student to me to talk, okay? Right? So of course, when the situation goes like this, you've got the benefits. So as you can see, AI chatbots can provide instant feedback. This is really crucial. For example, I don't know what your thoughts about this, but when you are, as a teacher, giving feedback, this is something really magical. When you are having difficulties giving feedback, because this is very tricky, you don't want to hurt your students' feelings, but there is something really weak, or there is something to be improved, and but you can't say that at the same time, because you are having issues with the parents, with your school administration, with so many other factors going on, and you can't give the exact feedback you want to have for your student. So use AI, okay? Use AI chatbots at that time, because they are not humans. They're not human beings. They are just human-like. So they can do their role, and students cannot be hurt. Students' feelings cannot be damaged. Even their psychology cannot be damaged, because this is AI. This is automatically giving feedback, instant feedback. So it is really luxurious, okay? So they can also support language practice, as I mentioned before, and also they can adapt responses to individual learner needs. So that brings you to the personalization of ELT classes, okay? So it's another topic actually to be discussed. So of course, they enable your students to receive learning support beyond the classroom. This is where we get the benefit, actually, because when you talk about physical conditions, I mean, in Turkey, I worked in villages, I worked in higher education, I worked in high schools, I mean, all degrees, and I know our kind of schools, and I know the physical conditions at our schools. But think about it. So it is something really, like, you can free from all your challenges over here, because you've got the AI chatbot and they can use at home. You just give the instruction and you just clearly define their responsibility, and then they do their job with AI chatbots, right? So beyond the classroom, you have a helper, you have an assistant. So that is really luxurious, I think, right? So AI, I just included over here, AI friend or foe. So actually, recent educational research suggests that AI can improve learning engagement, but when it is used responsibly. So normally in your classroom, in an English language classroom, so students can study a textbook, practice communication with an AI chatbot, and then receive personalized feedback and assessment from the teacher, from the AI. It doesn't really matter. So, but there is something, a very crucial issue that we need to think about, and we need to be really sensitive. I just included over here, like teacher guidance remains essential here because you need to ensure the accuracy, because this is not the super power or something. So as you can see, while using ChatGPT or Gemini or any other chatbots, you will see that like ChatGPT or Gemini make mistakes. There's a little warning in the end of the page. So that's why you're the teacher and you're the boss, you're the leader of the classroom. So you need to ensure the accuracy. And of course, there's another issue, ethics. So for example, I can list you so many countries right now who ban AI from the classrooms, from, I mean, even the teachers use. Of course, we know that regulation, so like under 16-year-olds, they cannot use AI, they cannot use internet for some of the reasons in some countries, but ethics is a very crucial part of this using AI thing. So it can lead you to positive things and it can lead you very negative things at the same time. So we should keep that in mind, okay? And also, of course, you need to really focus on meaningful learning because AI can be biased, I'm sorry, especially for the cultures. So that's why you need to take care of your own prompts. You need to take care of your own responsibilities of your assignments because that can lead to anything, like apart from your control, let's say, okay? So that's why AI always needs a boss at the end of the day, okay? Like while giving the prompts, while giving the instructions, while giving the homeworks and assignments, you need to just keep that in mind that you need to do and you need to check and you need to control what you are assigning them with AI, and then you can just wholeheartedly and genuinely give and like spare and spread your assignments to your students, okay? Because AI can make mistakes in every aspect that you can think of. So despite its benefits, AI raises concerns about what's misinformation, that is what I'm talking about right now. And bias is a very crucial thing. And privacy, this is really tricky. And academic integrity, that's always, that always happens to all of us. And also unequal access to technology. But this is really something that's, I don't know, we need to improve, but not as teachers, not individuals. Maybe this is something that governments should think of, right? Okay, and these challenges require double check, so clear policies and AI literacy. So AI literacy is something that is getting popular right now, actually, in all European countries and America at the same time. But I don't know the situation in Azerbaijan right now. I mean, maybe there are some scientific articles or some research that are curious about your literacy as teachers. I mean, AI literacy of the teachers and of the students, maybe, I don't know. But maybe you can just let me know about this AI literacy and how your government's policy is going about this, okay? And I mean the policies as well, because in Turkey, our Ministry of Education, National Education started something, and they announced a very nice and thick PDF file for this policy, ethics in AI use. And now, for example, in the next educational year, we will be having some committees and some groups of teachers who checks everything. I mean, on social media, like individually as teachers on your social media, and also on social media accounts of the school or centers or anything else that you put on social media or websites or anything else. So they will be going through all the things that you share, and then they will, I don't know, maybe they will like delete, maybe they will make you delete, maybe they will demand something else. I don't know, but there will be some committees, like official committees about this, and the ministry will check everything that you share. So I have recommendations over here. Of course, you need to be acting as a facilitator as teachers. Like you need to use AI as a teaching assistant. So sometimes I just, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just see that kind of news. They say, oh, Oxford University hired a robot AI to teach. Come on. I don't really find it so appropriate. I don't really find it so serious, and I don't take it into consideration even, because we are not replaced and we cannot be replaced. I'm sorry. So maybe you can say, okay, in order to gain, in order to access, in order to like grab everything on internet via technology, you can use this term because AI helps you a lot. I know, but teaching is something different, something crucial, something emotional, something social. So you cannot replace teachers with AI. I'm sorry. Of course, you can hire some chatbots for some assignments. You can hire AI for some kind of exercises. You can hire AI for some kind of research or some kind of automatically designed, I don't know, platforms for your school. Of course, you can do that. It's time saving. I don't deny it. And it's just if it is free of charge or if it is cheap, that is really nice to have AI. But replacement word, no, no, I'm sorry. You cannot replace teachers. So, but teachers should really know how to use AI. If you escape from using it, you just put so many burdens on your shoulders. So keep that in mind, okay? You just start learning AI by just trying out. Like it is free, and it doesn't, I don't know, your computer, your laptop, or your phone, or your tablet wouldn't be broken down because of AI, okay? So don't worry about that. Just go online and choose some AI tools and try them out. Once you're in, it really attracts you more, I promise, okay? So you need to act as inspector because students should learn how to evaluate their AI generated content, okay? This is crucial. And also you need to act as teach agents, of course, because students need to check to verify information, and our parents, even the teachers, I'm sorry, and also students, they don't check anything on internet. So, but AI is really a very, very secret place, of course, but also you need to try, and you need to verify everything you share and everything you download and everything you generate with AI, okay? The information and also the content and the images, everything. And also, as teachers, you need to act as, so I'm sorry, I just I think forgot to add T, prompt engineer, sorry. It should be prompt engineer. So you should you should use effective prompts in order to avoid possible misunderstanding and cultural bias. You can try it out, and maybe you are having this already on your, daily use with Gemini, with Cloud, with ChatGPT. For example, you just go and you give your prompt to ChatGPT or Gemini, and you say, for example, generate an image of a zoo, generate an image of a cinema, or generate an image of a dialogue at a restaurant. So you have that image of a restaurant, and you don't know anything about this, right? You just don't know anything about this restaurant because you don't have those kind of cafes or restaurants in Azerbaijan. Or in your cultural context, you don't have that kind of thing, but AI presents you because you didn't provide all the details. But sometimes sorry, but sometimes even though you provide everything, every little detail on your prompt, I'm sorry, AI brings you a very different image, and then you feel yourself like shocked. Come on, I can't use it in the classroom because that doesn't reflect our culture. That doesn't reflect what I had in my mind. So that's why you need to give your prompt, and also you need to choose wisely which AI tool to use for specific goals and specific aims, okay? So that is really important as well. Okay, so sorry. Beneficial tools, that is the most beneficial part of the webinar, I guess, because I was talking too much and I don't really find those talking clouds and speech bubbles so effective. So this part is the most effective part of this webinar, I guess. So these are all, by the way, these are all free of charge. And of course, they are not they're not unlimited, but you can go and try them out, okay? First of all, I'm sorry. First of all, you have voice chat GPT. I'm sure you all use ChatGPT for multiple reasons and multiple purposes. But here, I don't know if you were familiar with this voice ChatGPT before, but you can use voice ChatGPT as well. Let's go. Here, you have voice conversations in ChatGPT. You can use in your classrooms this actually. For example, let's say try now, and you can come up here. You have the microphone, and you can make your students see. Yeah. It already recorded, right? It already recorded. So when you come up here, you just put the microphone on and then you start to speak. This is very reliable and this is a very secure place for your students actually, because just make them go voice ChatGPT and give some specific assignments, okay? Because it can lead you some informal conversations between your students and AI chatbot. Then you could be responsible for the consequences of that informal speech. So in order to avoid that, just you can make your students go online and type ChatGPT voice chat with GPT, and then they have this kind of screen, and then they can start talking here, and then they will hear their own sentences, and then it gives you back the responses on a voice shape as well. Okay, so this is a great tool that you can use actually. You just start talking over here, for example, hi, I would like to ask you something, if possible. See? And then you have here this, I don't know if you can hear, but you can try it out. If you don't hear, you can try it out, because sometimes Zoom blocks the voices. I don't know why. So then you can proceed with the talk, actually. But you need to specify what conversation that is and where conversation goes to, okay? This is really crucial. So let's go to the next one. Gemini Storybook. This is a great tool, by the way. If you're not familiar with this, please try it out. This is so cool. You just come up here, Gemini Storybook. If you're interested, sorry, in generating some I don't know, comics or some stories or some short texts. And if you are on a writing lesson, or if you want to improve your students' writing skills, that is a great tool, by the way. You just come up here and you start your story. You have a surface over here and you write, for example, you write something over here. Let's write generate, I don't know, a story about, let's say, two neighbors, neighbors talking about their cultures. I just make up the prompt, by the way. These two are, let's say, 10-year-olds coming from Türkiye, and so our cultures are alike. So maybe I can try to write another, I don't know, let's write Germany. And then you can add your prompt, but when you come up here, you just see submit, right? And then you have a very nice storybook. So it takes a little bit time. That's why I'd like to show you that I had prepared beforehand, if I can. Okay, so when you write your prompt over here, you simply have a very nice storybook with the all images, and then you have the PDF file as well. You can download it here, you can share it, and you can listen to that. For example, like this. It's loading. I told you.
Yes, we didn't share with the sound option, so that's not
Uh-huh.
different. But
Yeah. So you can go online and you can find it out. Actually, you can try, and maybe you have this kind of concern on your mind, because I had the concern, because I use on my how to say, daily basis with my son, because I have a 7-year-old son, and he is really into those kind of short fairy tales and stories and so on. Sorry. So that's why I use it a lot. But for your projects, by the way, if you're having e-twinning projects or Erasmus projects, you can use this as well. So my concern was about the moral, okay? So it gives you, and it should give you a moral. And I was so like thinking to myself, okay, this is AI. What kind of moral can it give? Come on. But the moral is really nice, actually. So you have this kind of pages. I mean, this is the quality, right? So you can print it out, you can use it in your classroom, I mean, live. You can just, for example, when you have extra time and you need to, like you're looking for an activity, like extracurricular activity in your classroom to use, and you have young learners, this is absolutely amazing to use, okay? You go and you give the prompt with your students, you can make up the prompt as well. And then you've got the story. I tried it and it worked, actually. And then you see here, for example, as the sun began to set, Aisha and Julio sat together on the steps looking out the town, and then they realized that their different stories, from the mountains, the forests, so on and so on, weren't just parts of the past, they were the foundation of their future together, right? So this is I mean, the moral is really cool actually here. I mean, that is so amazing. I really love it. And you can use it for free. Okay. You just give the prompt and it gives you everything. But I just simply suggest you to give your prompts very detailed, because, for example, I think here I included Ayşe, Julio, and two other characters in the story, and I told about their nationality. But the thing is, for example, Turkish was not so Turkish. So that's why you need to, for example, this is Turkish, this one. I mean, not the boy, but the girl. I mean, this is not Turkish. This more like Chinese. So sometimes it happens. So when you give your prompts, please be specific and provide all the details, like all the little details. This is really crucial. Okay. So that was another one for you. Okay. Quillbot. This is a very nice bot, by the way. It's a very nice chatbot that you can use. For example, you come up here. This is so easy to use, by the way. For example, you need a summary of a very long article, okay? Not a scientific one, by the way. If you're having some difficulties or challenges with your MA studies or PhD studies, it's not for you. Okay, this is not academic, this is not scientific. But if you are just having some challenges with writing classes or reading classes or even speaking and listening classes, and you need a text, but the text is so long. For example, let's write over here. I don't know. Let's write a text about terrorism, okay? I'm just making up some things right now. And for example, Wikipedia, they have long articles, okay? For example, here you just have very long article. You just simply come up here, copy and paste over here, you paste it, but this is long and you cannot use it in your classroom, okay? For example, for your B2 or not B2, but B1, A2 level students, you cannot use this. You come up here and you say more, and then you say summarizer, and then summarize text. You got the summary, okay? Over here, you got the summary here, just one text. This is magic, right? So you got only one text over here, and you had like 4 or 5. I don't really remember. If you remember, just tell me. I think this is 4. So you got the summary over here, right? And this is, again, you can use for paraphrasing and grammar checking if you're not like sure about what you have from ChatGPT or Gemini or Cloud, I don't know, or Grok. So if you are feeling unsure about the grammar, or you prepared something but you are not sure about the grammar because you had a headache or you were not focused, so you can come up here and you can also detect AI on the homeworks because it gives you plagiarism checker, of course, right? And also you can have some chats with AI over here as well. Okay, let's move on. Magic School AI. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but this is quite magic. This is amazing, actually.
There's just a question I want to give. I'm
Yeah,
also curious about that. So they're asking about the Quitbot. Is it free or is it paid?
it's free.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
to.
Yeah. But these are not actually unlimitedly free. So of course, with everything, I mean, with every AI tool, you need to pay. I'm sorry, to access unlimited versions. But as teachers, we know the tricks, right? We can have so many Gmail accounts, like fake accounts. I'm sorry to say that in here, but you know how to do that, right? So you can just sign up with different kinds of accounts. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so Magic School AI is a very nice one, actually. You come up here and you have AI tools for educators, and this is free for teachers, by the way. And actually, all tools are free, but not unlimited versions, okay? The limited versions. So and Canva. It's like Canva. For example, in Turkey, if you're working for, Canva, by the way, Canva, this one. So in Turkey, for example, we are upgraded in Canva for free because we are teachers, but we are working for the government. We are at public schools. We are working at state schools. That's why we have the opportunity to use the premium Canva as an educator. But I don't know the situation in Azerbaijan. I'm sorry for that. But Canva is, I mean, free of charge for every teacher in Turkey, not for higher education ones, not for academics, I'm sorry, but for teachers working at state schools, okay?
That's also
So
free
here,
for us. I mean,
really?
I can use that for free version, but
Uh-huh.
for getting very advanced content, we should have
Mhm.
the paid version, which is up to 40 minutes. I cannot calculate it for a Turkish lira, but yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, that's not too much, but that's not either cheaper.
Yeah. Actually, we were just saying like that's not too much, but our salary is not too much as well. So yeah, that's the main obstacle in our I think profession. So here you have AI tools for educators. Here you have like tools, like you can create quiz and you can create chatbots and you can write some feedbacks if you don't want to handle everything and you have like 100 students and you need to give them feedback. You can use this one. And also here, explore the tools. Let's go and explore. Magic School is really time saving, by the way. It's really time saving. So here you have everything, right? Really everything. You just come here. For example, let's try. If you need to prepare some lesson plans, that's really great tool. Normally, not for my center, not for my school, but in the past, I used to be required and also be ready for daily lesson plans. We had that kind of thing, I remember. So on a daily basis, you need to have some lesson plans, and it was really time consuming. But with this, no way. And you can have YouTube video questions over here. You can generate rubrics, as you can see, and you have the translator, song generator, but this is not actually a tool that you can use to generate the song, actually. I mean, the rhythm and the echo and everything. This is just for the lyrics, okay? It doesn't generate the song itself. You can use Suno for, or 11 Top. So you can use song generating AI tools, but this is not for that. This is for the lyrics, okay? And you can give your students, I mean, the keywords and or the topic, and they can generate the songs. And this is quite nice, as you can see over here. Vocabulary list generator. This is quite nice, and letter of recommendation. For example, let's try which one. I mean, I think we can try this one, multiple choice quiz. Okay, you don't have time, let's say, you had a hard day, you had the meetings with school administration or you had the meetings with parents and you were not prepared for anything and you don't want to teach, okay? Let's talk about the realistic scenarios. So if you don't want or if you are not in the mood of teaching, you can use this, okay? You can generate some quizzes, and you can say your students that you will not be graded out of this quiz. This is just for fun. And you can simply go here, simply generate the quiz, and you can spread it out, okay? For example, grade level. By the way, keep that in mind. This is generated and this is created for US teachers. So when you choose your level, like 8th grade, that doesn't mean that it is perfectly matched with your 8th graders, okay? If you're going, for example, for me, 8th grade means 6th grade or 5th grade here, okay? Just keep that in mind. For example, let's write over here, I don't know, for young learners or for example, we have a very hard exam for our eighth graders, and in it they have many branches: Turkish, social sciences, history, and English and religion, so on and so forth, in that final examination. So they need to get prepared for this. So we all have tests and quizzes and multiple choice quizzes to check their level all the time. So you can use this one, number of questions, for example, let's say 5, and number of options 4. And here you can just simply give the idea, give the topic, or describe what you want to have. For example, I write, oh, I don't know, maybe the internet and technology. Let's say. Or that could be tough. I mean, I'm not quite sure now about the choice of the word. I mean, the wording is not, maybe cannot be predictable right now. Maybe I can write here cooking. Okay. So they have a unit about cooking. I remember this right now. So you can give some details here, but as we are running out of time, I'm just including the topic. So you just say, for example, you can add, of course, if you have some standards, you can add them as well over here, or you can add some files, as you can see, and then you say generate. You got it. See, you can always edit, by the way. If you don't feel, let's say, satisfied with the final result or generated output of the AI, you can always change it right here. You can edit everything. You can print it out, you can copy and paste it to another file, you can listen to it, you can read it aloud, you can translate. Anything you could do is fair over here, right? So maybe you can say that, okay, but this is a bit, over the standards of a eighth grader. I know, I told you. So while working on your prompts here, you can just give the details and you can add it to questions. I mean, think about it. In the past, I remember having those kind of difficulties. I was just Googling everything, and I was desperately looking for some tests and quizzes that the other teachers prepared. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes our teachers, our colleagues, they go online and they just, use AI, and then they get paid for them because they have their own website, and you go and you Google it and you need to pay to reach out for those quizzes and assessments and tests. So now you have the power, right? So you don't need anyone else's product, anyone else's portfolio or quiz or anything else, okay? So you can use Magic School for free. Okay, let's move on to the other one. Ghibli! This is really nice. I love it. I really love it, by the way. So if you just pronounce it Ghibli, it doesn't really matter, actually. You come up here, you have again your quiz or lesson plan. This is just for quiz or lesson plan, by the way. When you want to have a very fun quiz and you are fed up with using Kahoot, okay, because I'm really fed up with Kahoot all the time. So you know that one, Kahoot? I am really, really fed up with using all the time. This one, no way, no way. So here you have Ghibli. And over here, you can create anything, like with Canva, you can use lesson plan. And here you have your quiz. You come up here and you give your title. You have the description, and then you say create. Okay, this is quite simple. This is really simple to use. And I would like to show you how you can use, and also how you can benefit from the fun part. Okay, for example, here I just generated this one, Discover Your Passion. You have a fun game if you just need some thing. Normally we have the music. I don't know if you can hear it, but you start here. For example, this one. Which of the following is a common outdoor hobby? And you just say, for example, gardening, and you submit.
Yeah,
It's
gardening.
correct. It's just, really nice. It gives you instant feedback and you can use it in your classroom. This is quite fun. Next, for example, which of the following are types of sports? Let's say this one and this
Basketball.
one.
Basketball.
Basketball. You forgot soccer, by the way. And for example, this one, reading books is a hobby. True or false?
True. True.
See, it's really
It's
great.
true.
Name a hobby that involves music, for example, singing,
Listening. Sitting. Listening.
right? And it gives you the accepted answers as well, right? For example, what's a hobby that many people enjoy in their free time? Let's study. Okay, fishing. Submit. Yay! So it gives you the energy, right? Which of the following activities can be surfing, cooking, drawing, and homework? Like this. Playing video games is not a hobby. False. Right?
True.
Okay. So what's your favorite hobby? This is personal, but you can write anything like maybe playing football. I don't know. Let's try this one. Let's try. Oh no, whoops. Reading, sports, and art. You can differentiate, by the way, you can vary your answers here, accepted answers. Here I just included reading, sports, and art, but you can just vary your answers here, okay? So that was another thing. So you just come up here and you have the game that you can benefit from, and your students would love it. Really, your students would love it, right? Okay, that was that. And let's go easy peasy AI. I love it. I love it. Let's go this one. You need to sign up for this one, but please don't be afraid of signing up because it's really nice and it's free of charge. With my son, we are using this. So you have really nice AI tools for images, videos, audio, and other things that you can use, okay? It gives you a very nice actually aspect of your tools, okay? For example, you can generate images, you could, for example, generate some videos. Let's write, maybe we can try here, what do you want to try? Let's go, go, go, go, go. And you have, and you have here some kind of simple videos that you can generate if you like. But I'm telling you again, free of charge part is of course limited. This is valid for every kind of AI tool. I'm sorry. If you want to have the unlimited version, you need to go and you need to pay for it, okay? If you don't want to pay, as I do, so you just need to have very nice fake Google accounts, okay? So here you have different things. Let's just try one of them. Let's go. For example, text to speech, okay? Let's try this one with you all here. Okay, so here it gives you the idea and it supports 30 plus languages, by the way. Here you come up here and what text do you want to convert to speech? For example, I remember using this because I was not feeling so well and my voice was not audible at one of my classes. I don't remember. I had the flu and I had the sore throat at that time, so I couldn't speak. So I just wrote here, guys, I can't speak today and my voice is not audible. Can you do this or that, for example, like this. And then you come up here and you generate your text to the speech. I'm not quite sure if you can just hear it, but here. I don't know. I don't know if you
That's
can
not
hear it, but
audible, but that's good to see, actually, you.
yeah. So you can come up here and you can try and you can change the voice if you're female, if you're male, you can change. We got Americans here. We've got, I think we got the British one. Yeah, British here. If you're using American English, if you're using British English, you can just simply choose the voice as well. You got robot America, mechanical robot, female robot. So as you can see, there's so much to explore. And you can change the voices. You can just try and you can Russian they have. And yeah. So you can choose the voice that you like and you can add here, okay? And then you have the generated audio. So I just wrote this one, but you can have a text and you can copy and paste this over here and you can use it for your listening classes, okay? For listening purposes, it gives you a very nice aspect and very nice success. And here you can download, of course, you can share, you can play it online and live. And here, actually, they have another opportunity for you. You can clone your voice. If you are using your voice and if you are satisfied with your voice and also if you are satisfied with your pronunciation as well, you can also clone your voice over here, okay? You can clone your voice as well. Okay, that was that. And let's go to Q&A. If you have questions, I would be happy to answer as far as I can do. And also, I would like to hear about your comments, about your concerns, about how you handle it in your teaching contexts, in your classrooms, in your own schools. I would appreciate to hear about, your concerns and comments and experiences.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so if, by
mean,
the way, so sorry,
yeah,
if you
please.
have questions like very detailed ones, if you want to ask, for example, for which tool, let's say, is most suitable for speaking skills, or which tool can be most appropriate for speaking skills, for listening skills. So I can, if you send me an email, you can copy and paste it in the chat box as well. And I can send you AI tools for specific purposes, okay? Because here, maybe I don't remember the free versions of that AI tool. So you can email me after the webinar and I can provide you the list, okay? So thank you for listening to me and watching my presentation. It was
Okay, thank
such a
you so much,
great
Gülbin,
pleasure.
for such an insightfully inspiring presentation. And I'm sure everyone has gained valuable ideas and they can apply in the classroom. But I want to continue with the most important questions and comments there. The brief one is it possible to generate crossword with Ghibli or Ghibli, we say? From Taira Zairova. She wants to ask about if it is possible to generate any crossword from Ghibli. I mean, using.
I'm not quite sure if it's not like um I don't like it is you have a class over here, maybe you're talking about this one, you can add your class, but I haven't tried this actually. I haven't tried this, so it would be not so professional to give you about this because I haven't tried it. It's not
Yeah.
like Class Dojo, actually. I haven't tried it, but you can try, and I
Yeah.
would really
Please email me this
love to
afternoon.
hear your
Yeah.
experiences.
And we also have a comment. We haven't say anything about it today, but there are so many AI platforms. But the fit.com, that's the first that I have heard today. And
Voice ChatGPT?
no, that is the fit.
Defeat. Defeat. It is really suitable for your reading skills actually. For improving
Good evening.
reading, defeat is great actually. You can use it. Can I just share my screen again? I'm sorry. I'd like to share
Yeah.
it with you. Here you're talking about defeat, right?
Yeah.
This is great actually for reading skills. If you're using it, try defeat for free. Let's go. So you can really use it, and if you are using it for your reading purposes for your students, and if you're using ChatGPT, please stop using ChatGPT. Defeat is a great tool to have your reading classes actually. Yeah, this one. If somebody wants to take notes, I just wanted to share my screen. Defeat, that's you can use this. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
sorry.
Crash bench. Okay, and
Sorry.
there's another concern about using AI actually because of the sustainability in education. Some of the teachers, I think they are from Kazakhstan, but I don't know. That's Mongia. If I'm mispronounce it, please feel free to correct me. Mongia, and she said, because of the sustainability in education, we should get aware about the ecology. So we should use AI properly because we use so much water in order to cool down the system. But again, she recommend again and say, okay, such kind of presentations are really great because the teachers know what to use and how to use it properly so that we don't overuse it.
That's crucial, really. Yeah. Thank you for this comment, by the way.
Yeah.
This is something that we need to discuss, but unfortunately, we have, if we think about, I mean, realistically about our lives, this is very luxurious to think about right now. So it's like you need to, I don't know, it's not about politics, it's really human being actually. And we are raising like a very, how to say, we are raising the next generation, and we need to first of all simply we need to think about our life standards, and then we need to think about this kind of issues. But of course these are really crucial things to think about. Yeah, thank you for this comment. Yeah.
And about replacing the teachers, most of the participants here, they say definitely we cannot be replaced by AI because we are regulating it and we are giving prompt. But in the future, who knows? Everything is changing. So in the future, probably, I'm pretty sure I can say that they will generate the neurons and will, who knows, will replace. But right now, for the humanistic approach, I think, yes, that is impossible right now. And about your question before, Ms. Gülbin, you said about, is there any literacy policy for AI in Azerbaijan? I cannot say that it's the same as you mentioned in Turkey, that they are trying to regulate all the sites and there's a proper people that their job is actually regulating. That's not the case for Azerbaijan. But at least I personally think there should be some lessons to teachers and to students as well to use it properly and following the ethical issues, and also, getting away from plagiarism and, not being the same with the AI. They should use their brain, and there should be some tutoring, I think. But we'll see in the future probably. But right now, I don't think that we have such kind of regulation for regulating teachers and students as well. And I want to apply to audience. If you have anything else that you want to be addressed, feel free, please open your voice and you can ask your questions. Not using the chat, but you can also make it audible for us too.
I would appreciate if you would just,
yeah,
raise your hand and just turn your mic on. If you like to talk about the system in Azerbaijan, how you use AI, for example, how about your students, because I mean, I don't know. For example, I'm working with gifted students, not for like not with talented ones, because they have other programs like music and art and the other ones. But what I am seeing right now, for example, for the next educational year, I'm planning to have a workshop. It's not a workshop that it one time workshop, but it's gonna be like sustainable one, and it's gonna last for maybe a couple of months, like 6 months. I think that will be enough. So I am planning to have a creativity and how to think critically with those students, because with the AI, I think we're losing it. Like we are sometimes talking and discussing about this issue with my colleagues, and I'm telling them, okay, I think we're going to lose that term. We're going to lose that term, imagination, thanks to AI. I'm not going to say like, thanks to, for God's sake, thank you, AI. It's not like that, but thanks to AI, we're losing imagination. So it should help their imagination. It should help their, dreaming, but feels like, I don't know, we're losing it. So that's the issue in Turkey. But if you would like to say something, about your own teaching context, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, the other teachers, if you want to say, can open your voice, I mean, unmute yourself and you can talk. But for me, for university, I'm also using, and my colleagues are here, they are also using different AI for checking, the essays and for giving feedbacks. But at least we are trying to use our brain as well, because the AI can get the prompts, but that is for cultural issues, you should give the prompt properly, otherwise it will not work. And even if you want to create answers for something, you should, be aware again to check it again, because as you mentioned before, all the AI is right. The AI can also make mistakes. So that is mechanical. So we need our own brain. But again, for plagiarism, the tool that you have mentioned, that is Gülbin, I think. I didn't know about its plagiarism checking option. So I'll definitely use it, but there are lots of other sites that we can use and check the plagiarism for the writing. And again, I think we should use eclecticism. You should, as teachers, combine them all in order to make a proper lesson for students, and getting rid of those unwanted and uncreative things. And yeah, hopefully in the future we'll be more educated in terms of using AI, and our literacy level in terms of using AI will be developed and improved.
I completely agree about that.
Yeah.
And can I possibly say something? So I think I was just checking while you were talking. I was just checking the chat box, sorry, and I saw that I misunderstood a question because on Ghibli you can create classes as well, not like class dojo. I'm telling it again, but Tahira Zairova, I think she asked about crosswords, not classes. So I misunderstood it. Sorry. I do apologize for that. So it's not possible to generate crosswords, but you can use like crossword labs. I'm gonna just write it down on chat box. Muse labs and crossword labs. You can use this one if you want to generate some crosswords. So I will be writing down that one and the other one as well. So I just wanted to mention this. Sorry.
Thank you so much. And it should become, if that is possible, you can share your slides on the chat so that the teachers, because we don't want to send Sadaham, do you have any question? Okay. So I think that would be great for the ones, and that would be respectful for the ones that who are joining and trying to contribute. So that would be better if they take it from the chat here.
Yeah.
Okay. So no more questions,
Gülbin? It could also be great, you mentioned before that you might do recommendation upon any requests given the skills and certain apps. I think that will be pretty universal for like lots of teachers. And if there is any handout that you can generate, perhaps, and we can just drop in the chat and maybe, I mean, not to complicate the whole thing, but maybe if it can be also broken down into levels or specificity, something that you might consider important, like for example, reading, but in what sense, like maybe certain aspects about the reading skills and certain apps, and maybe like when it comes to writing, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you. So I am sharing my slides just in a minute. I think you will get it in a minute or so. Okay, thank you for your comments and just remarks and questions.
And
Thank you
Gülbin,
so
is there
much.
any suggestion about reading? Because the question from Anna is about, do you have any other platforms that you can suggest for the reading? I mean, yeah, the ones that you have already mentioned are actually
Just
containing the reading as well, the AI, but
yeah,
if
yeah.
there's any specific one.
No, what I meant is like more generically creating a handout because Gülbin mentioned before that if somebody has a specific request based on a certain skill that they want to work with
Okay.
in their classroom. But I think this is a pretty universal question, and not to throw tons of emails on her. I think it might be wise to do it back.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. But actually I love networking, so that's why I was
Yeah.
becoming silent.
Oh, don't
So
you worry. We'll figure out more questions for you.
yeah. Thank you so much. And I'm open to international collaborations. So, for example, with Kubra and Shalala, we are, I think we've been having conversations and we've been knowing each other for years right now. And I'm really a fan of international collaborations. So when you write something, the topic opens and then you have the whole conversation about something, and then you find it so precious, and then you come up with the idea and you turn it into a project, and then I don't know, I just love it. So that's why I was just keeping silent. So yeah.
Any chance you're also, I've missed the first couple of minutes of the talk, but any chance you're also connected somehow to Access Network, like the Access program for kids?
Uh, any programs that
Access,
you can.
no.
Yeah,
It's a specific English Access Scholarship Program. Any
yeah,
chance?
I know, but I'm just not a part of that one. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay. No, that's perfect. I was just checking because my students want to connect across the globe, so we are launching a network. So it's another thing
Yeah.
we'll be doing.
Is
But
it
I can ask. Yeah, I can ask
Sure,
if you
thank
want.
you.
Thank you
is
so
it
much.
supported by the US embassy in
I know,
in
but I'm not quite actually informed about that one. I know and I'm curious, but I don't
It's
know.
okay. It would be great. It's just because of your personality, the way it
Yeah.
goes, that I was curious to ask you directly, because then I was like, okay, she'll be up for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But I would appreciate if you just send me an email, or I don't know, if you contact me, because I will definitely forget about it. So I'm
Oh
sorry. I do
no
apologize.
worries. As you mentioned before, we do have a network which exists for Access teachers, but it's
Uh-huh.
it's a theoretical network because we have never seen each other. So that's why, I took my chances
Yeah.
since there is a
Yeah.
living human being. Sure.
Thank you. That's a great idea. Thank you so much.
It is
Yeah,
sponsored by the U.S. Department of State.
that is supported by the US government.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had before, but right now we don't have any opportunity to be part of it. In the future, we hope that we'll open this program again in our country as well. So is there any other questions? And we want to close down and thank again to Gülbin Khan, because we don't want to keep you that much. And the heartfelt thanks you all the participants, for joining us, for your thoughtful questions, and for being such an active audience and great audience today, up to 60 people. And they are very active in the chat box too. And we hope you enjoyed another successful professional development webinar organized by STEP Azerbaijan. And again, thank you so much, Gülbin Khan, for your time and for sharing your expertise with us. And have a wonderful evening, and please stay inspired, and we hope to see you again at our next event.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so
have a great night. Have a great evening. I think it's getting late there.
Bye.
So
Good night.
yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Okay.